A lot of buyers assume that buying a new home is always the better buy, but it's not always true. Sometimes an older home is the better and actually the smarter buy, depending on your lifestyle, your budget, and your goals.
And we've seen buyers both regret both decisions. I think today what we are doing is we're going to break down the pros, the cons, the hidden cost of what each option is and what actually works best for you.
Yeah. So, why people love new construction homes? I'm just going to take a minute to talk through a few things here. One of the biggest things about new construction that buyers love is the modern layout. So many times, especially new buyers, we're showing properties, we're going around, and within their price uh, budget, we see older homes that the closets are small, the rooms are kind of closed off. And so, really, what we're seeing is buyers just prefer a more modern layout. And sometimes that's open spaces between kitchen and living. It's definitely bigger bathrooms, bigger closets, just things like that buyers typically gravitate towards. So those are typically some of the main reasons we see. What else do you see?
Okay, I would have to even say let's chime in on energy efficiency because most of these new construction homes are huge smart homes. And so everything is technology based to be able to be lower on your utilities and your monthly income and help with those costs. I think also the lower maintenance. We have a lot of people that look for specifically that lower maintenance lifestyle. And these homes are typically going to bring you those options.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Man, tech is a big part of it. The smart home features in and of itself. I mean, I know personally, I love having the ability to open up a garage for a family member, a neighbor, a
That is not
friend.
me.
I love, being able to go out of town and control the thermostat and just tech in and of itself, the cameras, all that kind of stuff. And there's so many people nowadays that just kind of expect that. It's kind of like when you buy a new car. Like I expect there to be a really nice screen there and Bluetooth and Apple CarPlay. Like that's kind of how we're seeing homes as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I think too, if you just the move in ready feel like it is you move into that home and there is not a thing to do. It is brand new. So there's really nothing, no checklist. You can just have the less stress of, hey, I'm moving in on this day and it's ready to go. Plus, I mean, the just customizing the homes are a little bit different too because they're new construction. So you have a little bit more options on what that house is going to look like for you, and it just brings up a whole new ball game of options for buyers.
Yeah, no doubt. I know a lot of builders, especially, will go ahead and wire up for a ceiling fans, things like that, but they won't install them because, the ceiling fan they pick out is not going to be the one you would have chosen. And so there's a lot of customization. You're
Yeah,
exactly right.
yeah,
I think there's definitely something emotionally appealing about being the very first one in to live in a new house. And honestly, people love not having to some immediate to-do list after moving in. It's just move in ready.
yeah,
So yeah, there's a lot to like there.
yeah,
So who is new construction best for? Man, so many people, honestly. I would say I know myself, I know my lifestyle. I would definitely say new construction is a really good choice for busy families. Those who honestly don't want to have to worry about these major issues or renovations or painting or flooring or roofs. I mean, there's just so
right,
many things there that just make new construction so easy just to move in and enjoy. A lot of people now, I mean, they work long hours and they work hard and they want to relax hard. They want to play hard, and that does not include rehabbing a house. So,
yeah,
another person that new construction is good for is those who are relocating. We deal with this all the time. People out of state coming in for various reasons. And again, they just don't want a project. They can't handle that, especially coming across state lines and whatnot. Um, those that are relocating, it's just new construction is just a peace of mind thing in a
yeah,
lot of ways.
yeah. Well, and to even kind of piggyback off that too, buyers want predictability. They really don't want to do the renovations or either lacking of the skills of that as well. I know we're not renovation people over here. And then they want the modern design too. So it's like a combination of all three of those things you get with new construction because those are also things that take away from time. I mean, take time away from your families and if you work long hours, that may not be something that's really in the cards for you either. And so I think a lot
Yeah,
of buyers today, they value that convenience. That is more of where we see people lean toward is what is the convenience of this? What is this gonna what time frame is this gonna give me back in my life?
yeah, and that's really sort of the issue. Is it about convenience or is it about character? And oftentimes, a lot of buyers today they value convenience more than character. So that's if hey, if you're team new construction, hey, comment in there new construction. I'm just curious where are our listeners at? What team what do you gravitate toward?
Yeah.
Is it new
Yeah.
construction? Is it existing? So we talked about the pros, but we also need to talk about the cons of new construction because the truth is there's some cons to it. One of the things I consistently hear is I don't want in one of these neighborhoods because typically they are smaller lots. The essence of builders and new construction, especially mass producers, um,
Mhm.
they're it's a it's a dollar amount thing for them, and so
Yeah.
if I can get 50 homes in here instead of 30, that makes me more money. So that's why you see a lot of new construction neighborhoods, just small lots, and they don't want to be that close to their neighbors.
Yeah.
Or they want to be able to go outside with their kids and throw a ball and not have to go, all we can throw is 10 feet here, So those kinds of things. You want to be that close to
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So that could be a con if you're certainly if you're not a people person, uh, it may not be for you on some of these. The other con is just cookie cutter neighborhoods. A lot of these neighborhoods, again, it's not right or wrong. It's just for some
Yeah.
people, they don't want to drive through a neighborhood and live somewhere that, hey, there's only 4 or 5 designs here. And maybe we paint them different colors or whatever, but they all essentially look the same.
Yeah.
It's sort of that look if you're, like, old like me, we were watching E.T. not long ago. You remember that scene at the beginning where they look down in the neighborhood and there's just
Yes.
these roof lines, like, they're all the houses are the same. They don't want that. They do want some character, and so, hey, if you're a team existing, this may not be for you. That may be a con.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And too, some other cons that we don't think about too, when there are gonna be construction delays. I mean, these communities are building numerous amounts of homes at one time. It's not just one home. So you've got construction delays, but then also too, something else that a lot of people don't think about is those hidden upgrade costs. You really don't think about, like you said earlier, the ceiling fan. It's those are gonna cost you extra. And so I think people see these homes, but they don't realize the other hidden little costs that may be in there too. Um, I think too, just other less maturing trees, like you mentioned the ET, and now it's in my head. I can't get that scene out of my head now. So we're old over here, okay? But there's nothing really. There's no trees. There's no. Everything's kind of cut down, and it's just a neighborhood. There's nothing nature there. So if you really want something like that, you're not going to see that in a new construction community.
Yeah, you're gonna see the skyline for, several years, just because, yeah, and there's no coverage there.
Mhm.
But another con is the HOA. For a lot of people, man, I hear it a lot. I don't want an HOA, and not all. Here's the thing: not all HOAs are bad. Okay,
Right.
but you do need to know the details, and
We
so
could
for
have a whole
some
nother
people,
episode on HOAs.
no doubt, no doubt. But some people, especially outdoorsy kind that, maybe they have a boat or the side by side, things like that,
Mhm.
especially in new construction with them being smaller lots. Sometimes, there's where do you put it? But the HOA doesn't allow that. Or maybe, you want a shed out back. And I know one neighborhood in particular, that it can only go 8 foot tall because they don't want to see it over the fence. And so just little things, there's so many nuances with an HOA that just kind of change the game, honestly, and what you can do. Again, some people love it because it's designed to keep your property value up. You don't want it going down because of the neighbors and things that they're doing, but sometimes you might want a little more flexibility with the properties that you own. So, yeah, I think you're right. Just even with the upgrades, again, you walk into a model home and you're like, "This is awesome. This is amazing," but you forget, or maybe you just don't know. You're looking at about $80,000 of upgrades here, and so and just know what you're getting into. The model home is beautiful for a reason. But again, this is why it's important to have the right agent, knowledgeable agents, trained agents that are familiar with new home builders and what kind of their process is because they're all a little bit different.
Yeah, yeah, and those model homes are they can be dangerous because they're beautiful and they look great and they have every upgrade that you can imagine. And that's why you do want a buyer's agent to help you on those things so that we can kinda go over those hidden costs that we were kinda talking about as a con. These are some things that you're gonna see in those model homes. They're just extra added features that you can get, but they're gonna cost you.
All right, so we need to talk about the last thing with new construction, I believe, is just some myths about new construction. There's a lot of preconceived notions out there. Some are right, some are wrong. One of the things that we always like to point out is just because you see it on social media doesn't make it true. So again,
Um,
having a local agent that knows the builder and knows the processes is extremely valuable to you as a buyer. So just talk about some of these myths that we see out there, Jessica.
okay, so 1 is my favorite. Just because it's a new home, you don't need a home inspection. Such a myth. And I just want to say Alabama is a buyer beware state. And if you don't know what that exactly means, it's kind of when you buy it, that's what you bought. Okay. That's the layman's terms of it, I guess is the best way. So you want someone that's representing you to be able to walk you through those important decisions. Whether you're doing a full home inspection from a home inspector or you're going and saying, hey, I want a plumber, electrician, an HVAC guy to come in here and I want that special person to come and take a look at these features here and make sure that these units are good. You can do either option. I think we have buyers that have all done that. But just because it's a new home does not mean that it does not need a home inspection. Every home needs a home inspection.
Correct. Correct. I've seen buyers forego the home inspection, and because I mean the city, the local ordinances should be signing
Mhm.
off through the construction process. And here's the thing: overwhelmingly, I've never had an issue with it.
No,
But
no.
there are
Same.
some things that do come up, and for instance, have one buyer who everything was working great. The home was built and did the walkthrough and everything, all good. But after he moved in is when we noticed the problem because the water was shut off. Okay, so what happened is part of the sheathing when they put the sheathing on the outside, they shot a nail in there to attach it, and they didn't realize it created a little pinhole in the PEX pipe through the wall. Well, you wouldn't know that because it's a
Yeah.
slow leak.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know that at the beginning of construction, and that's not necessarily something that even would be found by an inspector,
Mhm.
um, because they're
Mhm.
not they're not removing sheetrock to find these things. But just know things like that can happen. But that's also why they have warranties. That's
Mhm.
why you want a
Yes.
builder that is warrantable. It's worth its weight in gold because they will
Yeah.
come back and fix that as well.
Yeah.
All new
And
construction, it's going
mhm.
to have some kind of issues.
Absolutely.
But definitely agree with you, Jessica. Have the home inspected for sure. So that's all new homes. Let's talk about existing homes. Why people love existing homes. And we can just talk through this together. One of the main things is they like established neighborhoods.
Mhm.
They like the mature trees and the larger lots. I mean, we have neighborhoods here, especially that people just gravitate towards.
Mhm.
They love the location. They love the feel of it. It's centralized, but the homes, they're all older. They're all
Mhm.
projects,
Yeah.
for the most part, or
Yeah.
they're really, really expensive because they're not a project. But man, older people, younger people alike gravitate toward this neighborhood,
Mhm.
and you're just going to have some neighborhoods like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
part of it is the established neighborhood that they like.
Mhm. Well, and 2, I mean, to also, just kinda say, you gotta think about your resale. And most times existing homes that resell is better if it's not a long-term plan. If it's your 5 to 10-year plan, existing home may be better there because you can put some sweat equity into it, and then when you resell, you might walk away with a little bit of extra money, and so that goes into your next home. So I think those are definitely some things. Also, I mean, most older existing homes have some really unique character. Like, you may see some things that you're not going to see in a new construction home. And that could be whether that's multiple floors or it's basements, or you even see, sunrooms. And I mean, the list goes on and on and on with the existing homes of what kind of characters that you may see in these homes because they're all different. And it depends on what neighborhood you gravitate towards as well with those. So I think that you have so many options as picking something that's already existing. So, and I'll
Yeah,
just say,
if you're an existing home buyer and that's kind of what you gravitate towards, hey, again, I want to know about it. Just comment existing on there. I'm just curious where most people fall. It's
yes.
just a fun conversation. Again, I tell people all the time, there's no right or wrong answer here.
Mm-mm.
uh,
And
our job is to give you all the information so that you can know what you're walking into. That's
And I
the
would
point
love
of
to
it.
know why someone picked new construction versus existing. Like, what was it? What was the final deciding factor of why you picked whichever one it is for you personally? Like, like which one? Why did you pick that? It's just like you said, it's just good information to know. So, and I think some older neighborhoods they just feel different. I mean, up here where I'm at, I'm a little we've got great little tucked in neighborhoods that everybody have known about since we were kids, and people trick or treated in those neighborhoods, and we grew up going to look at Christmas lights and those hometown feels, I guess is what I kind of want to say. So some people gravitate more towards that. They like that low key hometown feel, seeing kids riding bikes in the street and stuff like that. So
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. And that's just some of the reasons, and there's many more, obviously, but tell us why you love existing homes and why you gravitate towards it. But there's also some cons as well. One of the main things is just the maintenance itself. Again, it's a lot of value add opportunity, but it can be some cost that you incur early on in the process as well. So just the maintenance. We talked about the technology in newer homes. Can be one of the cons of older homes is just older, outdated systems. I think about like the HVAC systems now. They've changed the regulations there. So
yep.
now when you replace a unit that might have cost $8,000 is now costing 10, 11, possibly 12 or more $1,000 just because regulations have changed. I think we've seen that from people all around, just different repairs. I mean, you think about hot water heaters and things like that. You go and you may find the perfect home, perfect layout, perfect location, but it might need a roof, it might need an HVAC, it might need a hot water heater, floor. I mean, just the list goes
Yeah.
on and on and on. But
Yeah.
it's just that general maintenance that could come along with it that may scare people away, especially younger buyers. I mean, I've
Oh,
seen younger
absolutely.
buyers, they don't want to do anything,
Mm-mm.
which again, not a problem, but that's why they gravitate towards the newer
Mhm.
homes.
That's right. Yeah. And I think too, just to because we just dealt with this. Okay. So, I mean, I don't think that we're necessarily in that much of an older home, but we did just walk through this personally in our personal home. It needed a new roof. I mean, these things are going to happen. Homes, whether they're brand new homes or existing homes, they're all man made. And like, there's going to be things that happen, whether they happen 6 months of you living there or 6 years of you living there. Either way, you're going to have something that happens eventually, like whether it's the HVAC, the roof, the hot water heater. Those things are just they're going to happen. So, but I do agree with what you're saying about the new buyer, the younger buyers. They're almost terrified of it. They're like, oh my gosh. I'm like, it'll be okay. We'll walk you through it. That's why you hire us. We'll walk you through those things.
Yeah, and you're right about the nostalgia of older homes, just older neighborhoods in general. I agree with you. I know those pockets that, hey, that's just where everybody lived. That's where such
Yeah.
and such grew up, and that's their their family and my friends, and we played over here, and there's kind of that nostalgia
Huh?
to certain neighborhoods and charm. And sometimes buyers fall in love with charm, but they forget charm can be expensive. So just something to think about.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So don't forget, comment and let us know. We're curious. What did you pick?
All right, next we need to talk about what most buyers get wrong. What do most buyers get wrong? It's a topic that we need to discuss. And again, we do this just for your value, honestly. There's a million other things that we can talk about. We want you to contact us, ask any questions. We want to be your trusted source of real estate, whether
Mhm.
it's buying or selling, or whether it's now or 2 years from now.
Sure.
Help give you the information that you need. But what are some of the things that buyers do tend to get wrong?
Ooh, I'm gonna say this one, buyers focus on the cosmetic. Paint colors are temporary, guys. They're temporary and location is not. So that is probably the biggest thing that I see.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Paint is so easy to do. Even if you don't know how to paint, it's one of the least expensive things that you can do in a home that just changes the feel quickly. And so I tell people all the time, just look at the space. Look at the space. We can adjust. We can change how it looks. Um, I would say this, buyers oftentimes underestimate the
Yeah.
maintenance,
Yeah.
and they love the property, they love the location, and they sort of make some sacrifices in their head, and they go, "Oh, it's gonna be good," or we got plenty of time to do this or that." And sometimes expenses sneak up on you as well.
Mhm.
So every house is gonna need work eventually. New homes, they're just delaying some of that for a little while as well, but eventually it's going to need it as well. So just know whatever decision you make, new or existing, there's always going to be some kind of maintenance in it. It just because you buy a new home doesn't mean, well, I don't have anything to do for the next 20 years. That's not reality. So yeah, just
I
don't
wish.
underestimate the maintenance.
Wish. I wish that were the
Right.
case. No, we wouldn't be doing it for our jobs if we weren't truthful and be like, look, the things are going to tear up and they're probably going to tear up sooner than what you probably think too. So it's just going to happen and it's just part of life.
Yeah, the long-term goals is something that we put in here as well, just from the beginning, and just don't forget about it. Just when you're looking at properties, what is your life like? Does it involve kids? Is it one kid? Is it multiple kids? Are there commutes to and from work or practices? Again, the resale. What is best for your lifestyle? Just don't buy a home just because it's nice. Like, if it doesn't work for you, it's not the right home for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that buyers all ultimately think that newer is better. Like if I get newer, I'm getting better quality. It's not always the case. So just want to do your due diligence as a buyer and get you a good buyer's agent.
Yeah, I can't push this enough. Having the right agent matters. I know so many people who use so and so because they were a friend of a friend, or I had a guy the other day is like, "Hey, I used this agent because I met a friend and he just kept begging me to use this person or whatever," and that's great. But you need to make sure they know what they're doing as well. I can't tell you, and Jessica, you probably agree with this, how many people we represent in the sale of homes
Hmm.
that we didn't in the purchase. And they're sitting there going, well, we bought this home and it's not this, it's not that. I mean, so many things we didn't know about or we didn't think about. And I'm just telling you, there are so many agents out there that are so dependent on this for a paycheck that they will not tell you the truth. They want to make the sale. So again, having a trustworthy agent that can afford to tell you the truth and cares about you enough as a person, I genuinely think you can look at agents in their eyes and talk to them and know within 5-10 minutes what kind of person they are. So just choose wisely, and it's not just a person of values and morals, but is competent. they know what they're doing. We focus really heavily at Realty One Group Legends on our training and just making sure our agents know exactly what they're doing. And we've got several layers of protection built into there. So, man, just knowing what you're doing, but also knowing the builders. These new construction, every builder has their strengths, has their weaknesses, and knowing through experience what you're walking into is
Mhm,
invaluable.
mhm,
So,
mhm,
man, give us a call. I
mhm.
promise you won't regret it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the differences too between builders, you have different craftsmanships too. So one builder may look one way and another one looks a different way. And that could also just be because whether they're national or they're just local builders. So there's a lot of different builders out there with new construction. And you just need someone that has the information that's in this industry that knows, hey, these are the things that you need to be aware of as a buyer. This is what you're going to get if you choose this. This is what you're going to get if you choose this.
Yeah, no doubt. So ultimately, we're running long because you and I are talkers. So,
Yeah.
but ultimately, who should buy what is really the question. Man, it depends. Is the answer, and I know that's sort of not fair, but as far as new construction goes, we talked about those who are relocating, those who value convenience and they don't want the projects, those who are just busy professionals, those with growing families. New construction is a fantastic idea. It can be a fantastic idea for first time home buyers as well, because a lot of these have great location built in. They have the lower rates that come with the home warranties that just give you ease and peace of mind there. And so, again, we can talk about all of those. We can
Mhm,
recommend some to you as well. But those often are who new construction fits.
mhm.
What about existing homes?
Well, I mean, if you look at an existing home, they often fit, buyers who are wanting character. Okay. They want something different. That's not the cookie cutter. They're going to probably be prioritizing where that home is too. Location, location, location. We say it all the time. Or even I'll go this way, a larger lot. A lot of people want an acre, 2 acres. They may want some space between themselves and their neighbors. Um, and I think too, they're gonna want those established areas. You're gonna find those existing homes in more established neighborhoods, and so you're just gonna see that charm's there, and that's also another pull to, "Hey, we know this area is established. We're gonna go towards this direction."
Yeah, no doubt. It's good stuff. I think we've created some good conversation here. A lot of things that we see buyers asking. So that's why we do these. Hey, if you've got questions that we didn't answer, leave us a comment, shoot us a text or an email. Like, we want to be your resource. So the best home isn't always the new house and it isn't always the older house. It's the one that fits your lifestyles, your budget, and your goals. Your lifestyle, your budget, your goals. So, hey, call us. Let us be the agents that can get to know you a little bit, spend a time just knowing you, your family, your situation, and we'll guide you with ease for sure. So, hey, there's a lot to talk about here. We could talk for a lot longer as well, but hey, I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel, share it, use it for your value, rewatch it, whatever. But hey, if you're looking to move and buy or sell in the next 6 to 12 months, we need to have a conversation. And so our information is in the description below. Reach out to us. You're not bothering us. Whatever fears you have, whatever walls you have up, I'm just giving you permission now. Go ahead and lower all that. There's no strings attached here. Just have a conversation. So our information is linked below. Reach out to us and we'll catch you on the next episode.